Thank you, Brother Chris, for hosting us as always here on a Friday night. We are the Writers Workshop here on The Voice, 17104 Harrisburg. And Brother Chris Thomas is the mastermind behind the controls there. We appreciate all that he does to make this program what it is. He brings up some fantastic videos and, all that good stuff. And just keeps it moving for us. And even whenever you have announcements or anything like that, Brother Chris is right on it. And I will start off by saying hello to everyone. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I hope you were able to get together with family and friends and you can remember the reason for the season. Thank God for all that he has done for us and will continue to do for us. And again, it's a season of Thanksgiving. Our church is Life Esteem Ministries, Redeemed Christian Church of God. And I love the fact that we are over, let me adjust the camera here a little bit. We're over at the Living Springs Redeemed Christian Church of God. We meet in the same building that they own, which is a beautiful building, big building. And what I like about what Living Springs Redeemed Christian Church of God does, they actually have Thanksgiving throughout the year. They have various Thanksgiving services to remind you that we should always be thankful. And that is a powerful, powerful thing. So anyhow, I just hope that Thanksgiving 2023 was very, good to you, meaningful to you, and have helped you to reflect on just how good God has been in your life. We always have something to be thankful for. Amen. Amen. So anyhow, we have a lot of good stuff coming up. We hope that you will join us. And let me give you the call letters. We had began to, kind of shy away. The devil's always busy. And so we begin to shy away from, just giving out the number. But the Zoom ID, and if you are interested in coming on and sharing your poetry and your works, talk about your upcoming, project, your books, whatever, you can always, come on Zoom. And the Zoom ID is 892-0036-3152. Say that again, 892-0036-3152. And then you'll need a passcode, and the passcode is 479464. That's 479464. And we love to have poets and writers come on and share your works. Tell us about, what's going on in your neck of the woods, wherever you are in the world. And, tell us about your writing project, your writing style. We don't mind you coming on and giving a shameless plug for your book, for your play, for maybe you have a movie project or a song that you're working on, whatever it is. If it involves writing and spoken word, we're interested in hearing, about it. We always have a group of people who are very, very loyal to the program, people such as Neil Owens out of North Carolina. We've had Ro Brady, who is here in Harrisburg, excellent writer and editor, and has her own business. And we also have Wendy Noche Onye, who's one of the more fantastic poets that you'll hear anywhere. She's just very dynamic, a storyteller in her work, as is Ro Brady. They're just great storytellers in both their poetry as well as the stories that they write, the novels. We have people like Dan Snowden, who has created a real body of work for himself, having joined the Writers Workshop. And Dr. Dan Snowden has been very consistent with this. Nan Swanson, who is a songbird. She's a very good singer, but also put together some poetry and writings of her own. She's been very consistent. Loyal. Lazelle Powder out of New York City. By the way, Nan is here in Harrisburg. So is Wendy Noche Onye and Dan Snowden. And then Lazelle Powder, she's out of New York City, or New York. And I think it's New York City. But anyhow, she's in the New York City area, like Brooklyn or something like that. She's actually from Trinidad originally. And she comes on, she's a prolific writer. She writes all the time. And she shares with us. And we're so glad she does her writings. And so we have a lot of good, consistent people. Queenie Clem hasn't been with us for a while, but she's out there doing her thing. And she's been a tremendous, asset to this program over the years as well. And so we're wishing her well and hope that she'll continue to do what she's doing, because she sets up platforms for people, to share their works and to, let people know about their writings. And also, she's just a good ambassador, if you will, for writers. And then there's a person by the name of Curry. Oh boy, I'm gonna mess it up. But anyhow, my wife is Ella Curry. Has been doing a lot of great work as well. We'd like to get her on one day. She has her own platforms where she is, promoting writers and doing a lot of things. In fact, there's a wonderful magazine out. If you go to Terry Martinez her Facebook page, she has an ad on there that shows this wonderful magazine that's been put together by Queenie Clem and my wife, Patricia Gadsden, and her sister, Donna Reed Washington. Donna is also featured in there. They're both putting out writing projects, books, and also Dr. Shantae James. She is in there as well. Dr. James is a professor at Penn State Harrisburg, and she's been on the show. And so Brother Chris is bringing something up. I'll tell you, that brother is, there it is, man. That brother is good. And you see my wife is at the top there in the purple. She's at the very top. That's Patricia Gadsden. And then straight across, the last one on the top, that's Donna. That is her sister. And Donna is a therapist, a very successful therapist out of Washington, D.C. And she's doing very well for herself. And Donna is publishing a book, and it looks really good, by the way, very good. And then so is Pat. Pat has a wonderful book coming out as well. And then you'll see down the last row, second from the left, is Dr. Shantae James. She's from Harrisburg, and all the other people I don't know. But it's a wonderful magazine, very colorful. And in fact, hold on a second. Let me grab something here. It just dawned on me that I think this is a copy right here. Yeah. Yeah, you see that, and you see the, but let me hold this up and see if, yeah, here we go. This is a copy. Let me hold that up. Yeah, I forgot it was laying down over here. This is the front cover. See the sister on the front there. It's a beautiful magazine. Let me turn and open up a couple so you can kind of get a glimpse of, like if she features all these different writers in the magazine itself. And hey, brother, how you doing? Let me see who's coming on there. Look like we have someone coming on. Here's another sister, Joy. Okay. So anyhow, the name of the magazine is how do we pronounce this? Sojourner, I'm gonna say. And yeah, it looks real good. We'll tell you more about that. In fact, one of these days I'll get Terry Martinez to come on. And Terry Martinez is our publisher, our official publisher. And she does a nice job. She has T-Dub Publishing. And she's doing a lot of great works for a lot of people here, and not just in Harrisburg, but all over. People are contacting her, and she's helping to put out some stuff. Saw a brother coming on. I don't know if he was able to stay on or not. Hopefully he will join us and identify himself. Hope he's a writer that wants to share something tonight and everything. And if you're there, sometimes people, they turn the cameras off, but they're still there. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Hey, how are you? Hey, my name is Nate, and you are?
This is Edward Daniels.
Ed Daniels, man, long time, brother. Come on back on the camera, man.
All right.
Yeah, man, it's a long time. Long time. There you go.
Yes,
All right, brother, long time, man. You got a beard. Look at that. What the? It's a long time since I seen you, man. It looks good on you, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man, you still writing?
Yeah, I'm still writing.
Good. That's good.
Just finished up a history story about what's missing in the human, which is the E, which is energy.
Okay. Well, I know you always bring it, man. You always got something thought-provoking, and Brother Edward Daniels was featured in our anthology that we did about 2 years ago. And we have, we really put ourselves in the position where we're going to do another one this coming year, bro. And so I'm glad that you're on, because I want to make sure that you know that we're going to do another one in just the next few months here. And I would dedicate myself to make that happen. So I hope you'll make some submissions again to the anthology, that we put out. In fact, here it is. It's called Our Voices. This was the protocopy here, but it's Our Voices. Yeah,
okay.
Our Words, Our Voices, I should say. Our Words, Our Voices. And this is chock full of about 15 or 16 outstanding poets, and Ed was one of them. What's been going on with you, man? Tell us.
Right now, I'm still working on the house. The house caught fire, so I've been dedicating myself. Yeah. And now I got a job just to pay for that, so I'm working a lot now.
Right on. Yeah.
But I'm old enough now. Shouldn't have to be working.
Look, bro, by the way, because of who we are, we will always be working. Why? Because we are people who are about the community, man. We got to get
Yeah.
And so,
see, my work, I got a job, but my work is actually for the creator.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always. In fact, my assistant pastor, Brother Bill White, did a sermon once. We talked about that there's no such thing as an unemployed Christian. He broke that thing down real nicely. I love that. And he just, made it, made it relevant and it made you think. We always have a job. There's always something to be done in God's vineyard, right?
Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed.
Remember when I pledged to say, first of all, servants of all, and that's what we are. We are servants. So, hey, man, good to see you. So I know that you have some very interesting writings. For people who don't know you, tell us a little bit about the kind of writings you've done and what you're working on now.
What I have is I have a couple Facebook pages, which is Black Man Rising, and another one called Bridging the Gaps. And that information I give is to wake humans up from their spiritual nap.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm writing now is a lesson plan that is to teach the teachers how to teach what I call the seeds. Every one of us come into this planet as a seed, and how are we nurtured?
Okay.
Now, a lot of us historically are now being nurtured by immature mothers, and because of that, we add weeds to the garden, and weeds are weak energy that enter the dormant state. So I broke everything down into what I call signs and symbols to reverse the spells that spelling causes on us.
Okay.
But if you don't know what's happening, you don't know. So someone has to tell you so.
Yeah.
And another thing I'm writing is Lost in the Wilderness. The story's called Finding Me, Lost in the Wilderness, Eddie D. Just like you, I too was lost and confused, no purpose or no direction, and without the necessary tools. Because if you don't know your destination and your journey, how would you know what tools to pack? A carpenter knows what to put on his way to the job. A plumber knows what he needs to put in his toolbox. But what do we give our kids? What tool do we give our kids that they can use on their journey?
Since you said that, let me just say this very quickly and remind people that we have I'll just say a men's breakfast fellowship that we do every Friday over at the Peachtree Restaurant. And it's been going very well. We decided today to take on a curriculum that I found that I actually had in my possession and had forgotten about it and then kind of revisit it. And for whatever reason, the Holy Spirit just kind of grabbed hold of me the last few days. And I got hold of this and couldn't put it down. And it's called Wisdom Walkers. And I always add the tagline for Christ because it's a Christian, it has 52 principles. And it's a way of living, man. It's really powerful, I think. And as I shared it with the brothers today, we agreed that this is a must. But anyhow, Wisdom Walkers for Christ is what we call ourselves. And we have a curriculum that we use that, you talk about purpose and direction. This talks about, how we mentor and be mentored. And there's all this, I'm not going to go into all of it, but it's a whole bunch about relationships and, making the first things, keeping Christ first and all that. So anyhow, if anyone's interested, if anyone's serious about, getting into the word, delving into the word and also living the word, not just being hearers, but doers, and looking for a good fellowship, I invite you to come out. There's no cost. The only thing that we ask you to do is to pay for your own breakfast. So we can go out and we have a space in the back there. And we meet one day. I'm sure we might just outgrow that space. But good service, good food, and great fellowship. Every Friday from 9 until about 10:30. That's the official time, from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And sometimes we bleed over a little bit, just kind of talking. But feel free to come out. We'd love to have you if you're serious about Christ. If you're serious about really wanting to, put purpose in your life and direction, as Brother Edwards just talking about, then we invite you to come out and join in with us, see if it's something that would be good for you. Okay. Having said that, I just want to throw that in there, brother, because I wanted to get that in tonight anyhow. But I hope that you'll join us sometime, my brother. Come on.
All right. You said Friday?
It's Friday mornings at 9 a.m. at the Peachtree Restaurant. Now I heard you say you're working, and I know how that goes. I work part-time over at the hospital, the West Shore Hospital. I'm going to 12:30. So it's a convenient time for me. But if we have to move it to a Saturday or something, we might just do that, you know.
You can probably get more attendance then.
Yeah, yeah. And my problem is on Saturdays right now, I'm committed twice a month. Actually, once a month. What am I saying? Once a month, I teach a chaplain's class, so Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. We teach we have a chaplain's class that we do for UPMC through Life Esteem. And we've been doing that now for a number of years, since I think 2013. We've been doing it since the 1990s, but since 2013, we have a contract to bring people into UPMC to work in the hospitals, and it's been phenomenal. It's been very good. And that's a free program too, by the way. If anyone doesn't know about that, all you have to do is give me a call, 717-608-2312. It's a free program. We do it the third Saturday of every month is the beginner's class. Third Saturday of every month from 9 a.m. until 12 noon at 900 South Arlington Avenue, which is the Pennsylvania United Church Center, is the official title. We call it Pennsylvania Council of Churches, and located out there in the Union Deposit area. And again, there's no cost. You just simply have to be willing to take the classes and volunteer within and you can volunteer as much or as little as you want in the hospitals. And believe me, people love to see the chaplains come in. So that's what it's all about. Hey, Terry Martinez, how are you? Do you hear me? Terry? There you go. Can you hear me? Let's see.
Can't hear me.
I hear you now. Can you hear me?
It's real faint.
Oh, is it really? Okay. I don't know. Is that me, you, or yeah? Because I was just talking to Edward Daniels. Edward, you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, real good. I hear you, Terry, nice and loud and clear.
Not hear you.
But you can't hear me? Okay.
Let me try to dial back in, okay?
Okay, good. All right. Excellent. Good, good, good. Yeah, so that's Terry, the publisher, Edward.
Okay.
She's the one that published our anthology for us. And
awesome.
She's publishing a lot of people. So if you have a project looking for a good publisher, she's doing great work. I'll let her tell her own story when she comes back in. Yeah.
And yes.
Yeah, that's for anybody out there. That is Terry Martinez. Again, her publishing company is called T-Dub, D-U-B Publishing. And she's doing a lot of great work for a lot of people. Yeah.
T-Dub Publishing.
T-Dub Publishing, yep.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. In full disclosure, Terry is my daughter. She is Pat's daughter. Pat and I married, and so we have a blended family, and we don't talk about stepdad and stepmom. We just talk about mom and dad, And so she's my daughter by marriage, but daughter by heart, and she does a great job. Does a great job. I'm amazed at how many people have found her and beginning to really, doing all the work with her. Just good stuff. But anyhow, man, yeah. So yeah, I'm glad to hear. There she goes. You hear us, Terry? Okay, she's still trying to come in.
I don't know why I can't. Can you hear me?
I hear you. You hear me?
It's still not
that good, huh? Yeah.
No.
Huh. I wonder if yeah. It must be, I don't know. Are you doing it on your phone?
Yeah. Should I try from the computer?
Maybe so. I mean, I hear you loud and clear, but yeah, if you can't hear me, maybe
Okay. Let me do it from my computer.
Okay. All right then. All right, we're here. Cool. Yeah, so anyhow, Brother Edward, have you done any readings lately?
No, I haven't done any readings, but I have some material.
Good.
A little bit of material.
All right. Well, tonight, man, if you don't mind sharing a little bit, maybe we can have you share a little bit of your material tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. So, let's get Terry up in here, and then we'll have, a little discussion about writing. Then let's get you featuring some of your works. And
Okay.
Brother Chris always sets up some wonderful videos for us. I asked him to do a couple extra than that. I wasn't sure, if we would have anybody on, but you guys have blessed us by coming on tonight. And you have the number there, and that number is consistent. So, unless something happens, we got to change it. That's the number you can always call in every Friday night. That number is available to you. And we're always looking for the serious, writers like Brother Edward here. Edward's a scholar, and he does great work. And then Terry, she's a very good writer. Terry had an outstanding novel, her first novel. All her books have been good. She has written and collaborated with a lady who that book is off the chart, and her first one won a number of awards. And then she has a couple that are just really doing very well for her. So yeah, good stuff. And have you heard of Shantae James, Brother Everett?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, she's a professor, man, down at Penn State Harrisburg, and she's a prolific writer. She has, I think, her second book out. We'll let Terry tell.
Oh.
Terry's been publishing, as I think, collaborated with her recently. But she has both a PhD and a law degree. Just a fascinating sister, man. Really, really powerful. Yeah, so get to know her. Yeah, man. Yeah, so. Yeah. So anyhow, I know you do a lot of rhyming and a lot of poetic kinds of work. Is that what you're still working on, or is it something different?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Right now, I was focused on a lesson plan to actually submit to the Department of Education to give people the opportunity to map out their journey with a scheduled program, step by step, that's measurable and action driven.
I remember you talked about that before, so that's a good thing. I'm glad you stand on top of that because it's so desperately needed. Let me check with Terry real quick. Terry, can you hear us?
Yes.
Good. Oh, you sound nice and loud and clear now. Okay.
Okay.
Good. All right, great. So introduce yourself to the audience, and to Brother Edward Daniels is on. I was telling him that you're a publisher and a writer, so you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello, it's Terry Martinez. I write under Terry Martinez and also under author Terry D. I also do have a publishing company. It's called TDUB Publishing, where I publish other authors, poets, or even coaching others to self-publish. That seems to be something that a lot of people are interested in. And that's actually one of the reasons why I joined tonight, Nate, because I wanted to let people know that it's a process. And if you have the time to do the work yourself, you can absolutely do the work yourself. But not only, publishing through TDUB Publishing, but I do offer mentoring or coaching services for people that want to set up their own Amazon accounts and do the work themselves. So,
all right, that's good to know. And that's something that, like you said, if you had the time, and some people are afraid, it's like, oh, I can't do that.
Right.
Like me. But really though, that's a great service. I didn't know you were doing that. That's, because, hey, a lot of people probably benefit from that knowledge. But like you said, it takes time. It's not easy. Yes. But on the other hand, though, you're going to take, you are in the business of publishing, right?
Yes.
So you must be doing quite well with a number of clients.
I'm okay. It does get busy. This is not something that I am able to do full time at this point in my life, but I've been blessed to have people to work with to, keep me busy. And like I said, I enjoy helping others, coaching them. I also do, some book cover designs. I enjoy that, being creative and creating things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to 2024 and some projects that I have lined up already to work on. So.
Well, Brother Edward here is a great writer, and he has a number of projects, and hope the two of you can talk and see whether or not there's a collaboration that can help. Can you mention some of your authors? Are you able to tell us some of the people that are published already?
Yeah, so I worked with Vance Johnson. He's a poet. I've published one book for him, and he has two more that he's interested in. Hopefully 2024 will get his second book out. I'm trying to think locally. I also worked with Jasmira. She is a poet, a local poet. Published her book last year, Jasmira's Blues. Trying to think. Hold on, let me look at my drawer.
Jeff Washington. I remember you said I saw a book. I didn't know Jeff had done a book on.
Oh yes.
Coach Cam.
Coach
Yeah.
Cam. I worked with Jeff Washington. He did a story on Coach Cam.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Who else? I recently worked on a project with Dr. Shante James. That was, more along the lines of she did publish. That's not necessarily published under TW Publishing, but I did work with her on some aspects of that. So she has a new book out. It's called The Locked Door, The Locked Room.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She changed
also
the
name. The gentleman who he works in the prison system. Come on.
Oh yes. Derek James. I've done some curriculums for him. He has a bunch of different parenting or fatherhood programs that he does. So I've been able to help him get those books put together for him.
The other small little book that the other gentleman, he works with the prison population, people coming out of prison.
Yes.
Yeah.
Larry Washington.
Larry Washington.
Yeah, I know Larry.
You know Larry? Okay.
Prison Ministry Guide Manual. I worked with another new author, Rhea Lee. She had a book that came out this summer, actually hit the top. She was in the top 10 on Amazon the first couple of days it came out. It's called The Happening.
Wow.
Collaborated with, I'm sorry?
I said, that's saying something and being in the top 10. That's pretty good.
Yes, it is.
Yes, in her category, did really well when it first came out. I talked about Vance. Who else do I have here? I have a project that I'm going to be working on next year. An author named Gunny Muhajid. This will be his second book. I worked with my first person that I worked with under TW Publishing that was not myself, because initially I started this company to do my own self-publishing, was she writes under the name of Julie Bellatrix. We collaborated on Love, Lies, and Fight. And she will be working on a follow-up book, but she will be penning that book under her
Oh.
name, which is Monica Oakes, hopefully sometime in 2024. I think that one will be, it may be a collaboration initially, but she's looking to have me mentor her or coach her on the self-publishing process, so she can kind of, go on and do that herself from here on out. I should mention another new author coming is Donna Reed. She has a book that will be coming out in December called Donna Says.
I just showed you the magazine, by the way, where Donna and Pat are both featured, and Shante. So I have a copy of that, and also Brother Chris pulled up the advertisements on your page.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Very good. Yeah. That's good.
And I actually will be working with Lonnie. Met with him today, our second meeting.
Okay.
Lonnie Walker.
Yeah.
He will have a book, his first book coming out in 2024, probably around the May timeframe is what we're aiming for his book. Very
good. I know there's that one big author that you have coming out pretty soon too, a guy named Gadsden. I don't know.
Of course, I cannot forget. Oh, and another one, I cannot forget the very important anthology that I'm working on right now with Pastor Leah Payne. She has a wonderful group of women that we're pulling together an anthology. It's called Unapologetically a Woman of God. And
nice.
That one should be coming out in the first quarter of 2024.
Fantastic. I was telling Brother Everett that you probably, because Everett's featured in our anthology that you did for us a couple years ago.
Yes.
And so, yeah, Brother Edwards in that, and I told him we're going to dedicate ourselves for 2024, bringing out the next anthology. And you know, actually, you're you know, reconstructing the first anthology we ever did.
Yes.
I did a copy of that. We're putting that together as well. That was back in the 1990s, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
That's really good, though, and so I'm glad we're on that. But then now, Brother Edward, you know, haven't heard all that, man. Do you have a publisher yourself at this point?
No, I do not have a publisher, and
Okay.
I'm ready and prepared. Most of my work is done. All I need is it edited and proofread.
Okay.
One's called Finding Me, Lost in the Wilderness, Eddie D. And the other one is The Mental State of the Black Man in America. And then after that, I've created a educational format through lessons 1 through 9 to open up and activate the human's mind. And what I would like to do is read y'all lesson 6, just an excerpt from lesson 6.
Okay.
All right, lesson 6, the desire to fix the sick. For our men, I am shines on your pioneer to open what is sealed. In the garden was an infection in thought, poisoned at our roots. Weakened energies entered a dormant state. Weeds in need of a gardener to bring clean water and wisdom to nurture the weeds. Because water, wisdom, ends energy's dormant state. Ye can grow knowledge by reading and receiving the power of thought and reasoning what is true as we address what has been denied me and you. Your words are law, humanity's flaws, never treating the cause. Why do we lie and hate? The reason ye shall see as you read the infection in you and me. From the words and system guiding me, where's the destination? What is your purpose? Read and receive a roadmap guiding you back to the knowledge we lack. O opens the door for you to see. There's 3 keys to make you whole. See, the word is alive. I am the scribe. The signs and symbols are code needed to rise and read. Directions to the crown that I have found. In real time, lessons 1 through 9, to activate mankind's energy network. Amen. Energy light, omnipresence hidden inside me. Elohim, I scream. We are all gods, guardians of divine seeds, the roots of the original breed. By a mother's decree, it has awakened in me. And that's just a little something that I have for free.
You always write very poetically, right? And so, yeah, with your rhyming scheme and stuff. So now, do you consider that a poetry book or more of a? Tell me how you describe it.
Well, I describe this, actually, it's a lesson that as you read, you're actually picking up the keys you need to understand why you have been infected with a disease. And I call it the 3 sets of keys, which is what you eat affects your heart, which we know that the creator wrote on that part, which also affects your head and the words that are said. Then the second set of keys is the id, the ego, and the subconscious mind. And then the third set of keys is the mind, body, and soul that we have yet learned to control.
Go ahead. I always marvel at the way you put that together, man. Pretty cool. Way to go. Well, anyhow, I hope that you and Terry will talk, about the possibility of looking at, publishing your work, because I know you've been working on this for a long time. And, and I encourage all persons out there listen to this program who are, writers of any genre to, think seriously about having a publisher or, as Terry was saying, finding someone who can help you to figure out how to, do a do-it-yourself kind of thing for Amazon and other ways. Terry, outside of Amazon, what other platforms are there for writers? Once we know about putting it on Amazon, but where else can the writings end up?
Oh, the sky's the limit with that. I use Amazon as kind of my base because right now, hands down, Amazon is the cheapest for printing. They do print on demand.
Oh.
Their printing prices for books are absolutely the cheapest, like I said, right now. But you can also, you can writers, authors, poets, whatever, they can work directly with Barnes and Noble to get their books there. You can go to, for electronic books, I also use a platform, Draft to Digital.
Okay.
And that gets your electronic books, your ebooks out to at least 20 to 30 different outlets as far as electronic books go. Ingram Spark is a little more difficult to work with, but that is the company that supplies all of the bookstores and libraries with books. So having your book there is good, but again, it's a little bit. They're just a little bit more difficult to work with. I'm gonna just put it there. I think I have 3 of my books on there, 3 of the 8 books that I have done, not counting all the journals and things I've done. They just their file format is just a little bit tougher to work with. So I don't. Go ahead.
Now I was going to say, so the anthology that we did, let's say, for example, was that put on Ingram Sparks?
No.
Okay.
No.
Could it be put on Ingram Sparks?
We'd have to talk about that, Mr. Nate. It's very difficult.
Okay.
And it's very time consuming. The reason why I hadn't really opened up Ingram Spark before is because there was a charge. You can upload books to Amazon and Barnes and Noble, and there's no fee to do that. Okay. But Ingram Spark charges a fee to list your books with them. So it's not something that I really started doing in any widespread way, because I just, one of my first books was a part of Lightning Source, which now Lightning Source and Ingram have kind of joined together, and you literally pay a yearly fee to have your book listed with them. So it's not a free platform.
Would you say it's worth it though?
I really can't say that I get any sales from that platform. I really can't, but it's tough out here for just about anybody and everybody. I mean, you have to really be marketing. You have to have an ironclad marketing plan, which I just don't. That's always been kind of my weakness, but I still work full time, so I just don't have time. But Amazon is free. And with Amazon's extended or expanded distribution, I think that's what they call it. Your book can still reach the places that Ingram Spark would have you reach.
Sure. Brother, I'm saying this for Brother Edwards' edification too, because I know about Ella Curry. And I mentioned her earlier in the show just to kind of, throw our names out there. But tell us a little bit quickly about Ella Curry, what she offers. And also, I know also about Queenie Clem, but Ella well. Tell us about Ella for a minute.
Well, Ella, Ella and I go kind of way back. Met her many, many years ago when my first couple of books, I guess I met her after the first book, because I spent a lot of time going to a lot of different book events. And her company, I mean, there's so many different services that she's offered. I can't even do it justice in the amount of time we have here, but she does offer different, I think she has like a storyteller package. If you have a book that is new, that's being released, she can help you get that book out to her client base or her followers, which she has a huge following. Because she's, like I said, been doing this for a very long time. She has a band radio show where she interviews authors and has these discussions with authors, and you can also do that. And she does do other things with assisting people with putting together their, marketing plans and things like that. So I would encourage anyone who's interested in that. And then Queenie, same deal on a different scale or level. But Queenie does. I promoted with Queenie this year for several months. I think I took advantage of her promotions she had over the summer, where she did like the 3-month promotion. So I did take advantage of that. And then I also was interviewed on her show. So there's a bunch of, and that's just 2 people. I know so many other people that are doing similar things as far as helping to promote authors, and some people have, podcasts and other things that they do to help, get the indie authors out there, because we need some love.
Okay, all right. Yes, we do.
I hope that, but I was gonna say, I hope that's what we can establish here too. I want to see more authors come this way and use this platform. I mean, we're here every Friday night from 7 to 9, and Queenie has actually done a wonderful job for us over the years, bringing us all kinds of authors from California to Stilton, Pennsylvania. I mean, literally. And so I would love to hook up with Ella, and I know she has her own podcast and stuff, but hey, if her writers or people that she know want to come this way and we can give them free platform time, I mean, why not? It doesn't cost a dime to come on the show and to uplift your book. We encourage that. So So Brother Edward, man, I would love to see you get your stuff moving, brother, because you got a lot to say. And I think we can introduce you to some people.
Well, first of all, I had to live my lessons in order to validate that they can help other people.
Okay.
And I would like to, because what I do in my writings are examples of breaking the codes, and each word that is spelled casts a spell. But the words, each individual letter is a sign or a symbol. And I'll give you an example, like the word woman is the word of mankind in nature. Inside her is man. Her water opened and man began. That's the womb. And the other word is woman. From her womb, we all came. To make a sacrifice, to teach a baby to crawl, walk, and thrive, and how to behave. Loyalty and honor made you a slave. Disobedient to the word you were given, unrighteous thought made you misbehave. But now I'm free. It is my purpose to write to thee, as I awaken the spirit of me, middle energy, mother's energy. The light of mankind is flowing through me. Continue to look, for you can now see what anger and aggression can do to a family tree. The story of a mother whose egg split in 2, and one egg 2 brothers grew. This is your reference to Esau and Jacob. I have written to you the answer how anger and aggression grew. I with color, I without color. When the spirit uplifted nature, sun came out, the I without color stayed in the house. The I with color could stay out in the sun and cultivate the land. Kissed by the sun, thus the name Black Man. Building temples to the spirit uplifting nature's sun, for he knew the greatness of its rays. Radiance activates your spirit. No need to hide inside. You have forgotten the reason I rise. You must bridge the gap and awaken me from my nap. The return of Eve, energy, reconnecting mankind. The first Million Man March, 1995, I wrote to you, the Black man's apology, atonement to the Black woman. In 2:15, I wrote the virtues you left in the wilderness that I have picked up to return to you. And that's part of the story that I would like to share.
Yeah.
Because all of us have been there.
One of the things I would love to do, man, is, we have a platform, I don't know, 6 times a year, at least this year we have had, and hopefully moving forward, because we've been doing this for about, I guess, 17 years now with the State Museum. So we're able to have programs there. And, you've been there. And so I'd like to get you in the, future. By the way, coming up on December the 9th is our annual Kwanzaa program. And Brother Edward, if you'd like to come and share a little bit of your poetry as you just did that day, we'd love to have you. We're going to be at the Camp Curtin, school. Camp Curtin School, there's that wonderful poster. And you see that it also says that you can make donations. We could use some donations this year. Really, we have some more people coming in. We have a stilt walker who's been with us for a few years now, Mafelda Thomas out of Philadelphia. She is actually a fashion model. She is a storyteller, and she's an educator, and she does it on stilts. And she has literally done the runways in places like Paris, New York, at the Madison Square Garden, stuff like that. She's outstanding. So she'll be here. And then also we have the Winneman African Dance Community. They call themselves with Lark Daniels, and they're just fantastic. They did a wonderful job for us at the forum just about 3 weeks ago when we had the poetry and youth poetry and spoken word, contest. And they brought out some stuff that I hadn't seen them do before, and that was really good. Then also we're going to have, of course, the ABW Productions with Andrea Fulton, their fashion show that always is sort of a big hit and really a staple of the Kwanzaa Festival, and a whole lot more. Pat, my wife, she does the honoring of community leaders through the Harambe Awards, and it's always 8 outstanding people who are lifted up, 7 who represent the principals and 1 who represents all the principals, and that's always a big event for us as well. So it's Saturday, December the 9th. It's a free program at the Camp Curtin Academy, which is located right there at 6th and Division Street in the gymnasium. And we're going to have vendors galore. Hopefully we'll have, vendors that will speak to you in terms of, gifts and things that you might want to get even for Christmas or whatever. But it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have poetry, singing, music, all kinds of stuff. We have a children's corner this year, specifically designed for kids to come have fun while, parents. We're giving away toys for tots. And we have a whole bunch of toys coming, thanks to, the U.S. Marines. And also, I have to mention Deborah Letterlow, who connected us last year with the Toys for Tots, and she's done an even bigger job for us this year. So I want to thank her and also the U.S. Marines. And then don't forget also on December the 17th, which is a Sunday, we're bringing in a sister by the name of Yamoja, Smalls, Dr. Yamoja Smalls, PhD. She is a renowned artist and poet, and her art is around the African diaspora. She is a very dynamic sister. She's a Delta too, so she wanted me to make sure I get in touch with the Delta sisters here in the Harrisburg area. But we're also honoring 7 women who are outstanding in the area of arts, and so we will be honoring 7 women along with our guest speaker and honoree, Dr. Yamoja Smalls. By the way, her and her brother are fraternal twins, and their birthday is on December the 17th. So we'll be honoring them. Their father is the Reverend Irving Smalls. He's a chaplain at the Hershey Medical Center, outstanding brother. And he's part of our, Friday morning, ministry that we have for men. And so he, informed me about his daughter. I got a chance to meet his daughter and his son, and they will be here, and we're going to have a great time. It's all free, folks. It's at the State Museum from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. We're telling you about it now, and we hope that you'll come out. Brother Chris, I don't know if you had that flyer or not, if we were able to pull that flyer up about this event that we're talking about.
I'm actually looking for it, Dr. Gadsden. Where is it located at?
Yeah, if you go on my page, it was on my page, but also if you look up, her name starts with a Y on the, it's on my page, but also, what is it called? The Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
She sent it to me on there. And where's my phone? Because I have it on my phone as well. I also left my phone back there. I don't have my phone. But it's Yemonja, I think it is Yemonja, Smalls. And she goes by Yamoja Just Human on Messenger. Yamoja Just Human. And you'll see the flyer, and it's a beautiful flyer. She's an artist, so she created this wonderful flyer, and it mentions the event on Sunday, December the 17th. And I will, okay, I can get my phone in just a minute here. But
I'm
yeah,
trying
if you
to
go
see
on,
if you sent that to me, but I don't see it. I don't think you
I
shared
sent it
that
out to a lot of people. I thought I sent it to you, Terry. Maybe, I hope I did. I tried to get it out all over the place. You know what?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay. Well, we'll find it before the show is out here because I want people to see it. It's a beautiful flyer. Excuse me, let me just step away and grab my phone real quick so I can do justice to this.
Okay.
All right, Terry, while he's doing that, I'll give you another excerpt.
Okay.
This was in relationship to the dream, Martin Luther King.
Okay.
The dream is a reality. With the knowledge to know, you have risen above mankind's holds, with the water and wisdom of a story to be told. Vitamin D is the divinity that grows a tree. The sun shines on me. You tried to cover me, but I broke free. As it was written for all to read, the story of our family tree. The time to expose as the numbers are codes. Information you see to explain the infection in you and me. With the clean water and wisdom, recovery for you, you can see the story that was told was of you and me, and how unrighteous thought in any family tree can cause an infection of jealousy and envy inside the tree. Then anger and aggression divided you from me, cutting his brothers down to his knees and choking them out in growing weeds, creating a system to provide what you need so you will never flower or be a fruit-bearing tree. As it was written, a seed shall mature with the fruit to cure every human being that has love in their core. Those are the ones I am here for. I owe you, your payment is due. All that was taken shall return to you. And those are little excerpts from a whole book called Lost in the Wilderness. But I've separated lessons 1 through 9 out as separate individual copies. I would like to make them separate entities. Instead of selling the whole packet, I can sell it individually. Can you help me with that?
I think we should, talk. I'd like to get a little bit more information about, each of these excerpts or lessons that you're talking about. How long are they? Because, depending on the size of book and all that, there's certain page requirements that you have to have for Amazon. So we'd have to look at that.
What's the page requirement? Because some of them are short excerpts and some of them are pretty long.
It depends on the size of the book, but if you're doing like a normal 5.5 by 8.5 book, I believe you have to have at least 32 pages.
Okay.
Hold on, I can pull that up real quick.
Oh, by the way, I just sent to you, Brother Chris, the flyer, and also I'm sending it to you, Terry. Just send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully you got them. I hope they came through.
Yeah, mine just came through.
Okay.
Okay.
Brother Chris, did you have it? Let me see.
Yep.
There you go. That's it. So yeah, as you can see, it's called We Find a Way or Make One. Sunday, December the 17th, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the State Museum of Pennsylvania, 500 North Street. And notice some of the names that are being lifted up here. And we're talking about Sharia Ben, Ro Brady, Andrea Fulton, Julia Mallory, Nancy Mendez, Wendy Noche Onye, Maria Chow, and Christine Teedy. These are people that we will be lifting up who have been in the arts and doing kinds of things. Sharia Ben is the creator of the Sankofa African American Theater. Ro Brady, as you all know, is a fine poet as well as novelist, and also she directed the play by Maria Chow that called Hair Story. Also, there's Andrea Fulton. Andrea is a outstanding artist, and in the sense that she is a creator of fashion. And so for the last 30 years, she just celebrated 30 years here in Harrisburg at the Forum. She has been on it, like I said, creating fashion and using local artists too, by the way. And I'm trying to see, well, okay. And then Julia Mallory is a fine poet, but also an author. She, of course, write, from a sense of tragedy. She had a son who, was murdered, and she has done a lot around, loss. So she wrote an outstanding book on loss and that. Wendy Noche Onye, tremendous poet, as we all know. Maria Chow, not only a tremendous poet, but also a great playwright. And she's had a few plays that have done extremely well. And then Christine Teedy is not only an entrepreneur, but she's an outstanding author. And she has some outstanding books and poetry and things as well. So these ladies will be lifted up. But the feature is Yamoja Smalls. And she is, like I said, just absolutely outstanding. And one of the things I noticed on here is she doesn't have her name on here. Wait a minute now. That's not right. It just dawned on me. Good gracious, she has her picture. That's her in the picture at the bottom there. But we got some. Yeah, okay, we'll talk about that. But isn't that a beautiful flyer though? It's absolutely
Yes, it
gorgeous.
is.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, she did a great job on that. So, okay, but we'll be talking, we're gonna put out some information on her and get to the, Patriot News and all the other places and let people know who's coming because you will want to hear her work. Anyhow, good stuff, good stuff. I'm gonna ask Brother
So-
Chris to break, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I wanted
Okay.
to respond. So the minimum page count is actually 24
Okay.
for a book with Amazon. And Nate, her name is on
Mhm.
here. Dr.
Her name?
Yolanda Smalls.
Yeah,
It says join us for an afternoon with featured artist Dr. Yolanda Smalls.
oh,
Right
it's
by
in the
her
print
picture.
there.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's on
yeah,
there.
it needs to be bigger though. I missed that. Okay, I'm glad you said that. Thank you. But
Mhm.
okay, well, I'll make sure we put that out there and let people know. Join us
I'll be there for that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
this
Thank you.
flyer
Thank
is beautiful.
you. Yeah. So, it's gonna be a great day. We're gonna really build that up and make it nice. And it's all within the season of giving.
Actually,
And the artist. Mhm.
I won't be here then, but y'all have fun without me.
Oh, that's right. You're going down. Yeah, you're gonna have some fun. But you're
I'm gonna be in Cancun. I'll skip you guys.
Oh, all right.
Mhm.
So Nate, you said I can come and speak during the Kwanzaa Festival?
Yeah, Kwanzaa. Yeah, we love to have you do some of your poetry, man. Thank you.
Yes, I would definitely like to do that.
All right, good. We'll set that up. Absolutely.
And if I can get Terry Martinez's number, I'll give her a call later this evening. I gotta
Who's
leave
that?
out of here at 8 o'clock. I got an 8:30 appointment in Elizabethtown.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, you're saying you need whose information?
He wants to know how to get in contact with me. I don't
Oh,
want to
wonderful. Okay.
say my phone number on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Um, So do we
Just
have a
contact, you want to just,
I'm trying to do it in chat.
yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to do right now.
okay. But now he'll be the only one that can see it though?
Yeah, I'm sending it directly to him.
Okay, good, yeah. Good. Yeah, man, so anyhow, my brother, I'm so glad to see you. I know you got another appointment to get to, but,
Yes.
oh, no, wait a minute, I can see it, everyone can see it.
Everybody can see that's his message, not
that's
mine.
your
Yeah, that's
number?
my message.
Okay, real good. All right, then why don't we do it that way then? Okay, you can see, as long as you have his number, Terry, then you can reach out to him.
Okay,
All right, I have her number too.
probably tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow will be fine. And Nate,
Okay.
thank you very much, and I'll try to get back next Friday.
Excellent, brother. Anytime, man. Every Friday we're here. That God blesses us with, This,
Well,
this
you've
is
been
home.
blessed.
This is the home for the writers, my brother. Writers and authors, publishers, all. Yeah. And you mentioned editing too, so I'll hook you up with Ro Brady as well.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that.
Yeah. She may be a good person to talk to. So I know
Mhm.
she will be. All right, brother. Be safe, man.
All right, thank you.
All right, very good. What I'm gonna ask Brother Chris to do, and then we'll come back and we talk with Terry Martinez. You still have time, Terry?
A little. I can't stay the whole time, but
Okay, well,
sure.
we're good. Well, why don't we do this then? Why don't we finish out with, and then I'll go to some videos and that kind of
Okay.
things. What time is it, by the way? Let me see.
It's 8 o'clock. It's just now 8 o'clock.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. So, okay, well, good enough. So, again, for persons who are trying to get their books, published, and let's say they don't want to do all the work, they're like me, they're lazy and everything, right? But anyhow, so how can they get in touch? They should do what? What's the process of getting to you and working with T-Dub?
I would suggest that they go to my website, which is, the 3 W's, TDUB publishing.com. And there is a contact us or contact me tab. They can, send an email and then we can connect that way. That's probably the best way for now for people to get in touch with me.
So go right to with email. No, go to, you say Facebook or Google?
No. It's my website.
Go to website. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to think of.
T-Dub Publishing. Thank you. There we go. and then under the contact tab,
Uh-huh.
and then you would just put your name, email, send the message, press send, and then that message comes to me.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Simple as that, folks. Simple as that. And what else do they need though? A lot of times people will contact you, but they don't know. I'll call it etiquette. Okay. So I guess you tell them exactly what
I
you need.
mean, you'd be surprised some of the questions that people ask, but they want to write a book, they don't know what to do. Well, write the book. I mean,
Really?
contacting me before you have your content or material is okay, but we're not going to get very far.
Yeah. No.
You really need to have, but I have helped, again, coached, mentored people through the process. They have a story to tell, they're not sure where to start. People have different ways. I don't use an outline typically when I write. I some people do.
Yeah.
So I start with that. Maybe what is the story you're trying to tell, and maybe try to outline it out. That might help people build the story. But other than that, and another question, I was just talking to a young lady 2 days ago. She's interested in putting together a book. She has some poetry, and her questions were around does she need like an LLC? You don't need an LLC to publish a book. People have questions about the codes, the ISBN numbers on the back of the book. So I explain that process to them, and how they can purchase them directly. It does cost $125 per ISBN number.
Wow.
But if you're working with, someone, you can get it at a cheaper price. Because usually, publishers and whatnot have them in bulk. So things like that. For me, I use Microsoft Word. I do not like to work with authors where I've got to do all the typing. Hint, hint, Mr. Nate.
Yeah.
Because it's time consuming. Again, this isn't my full-time job. So, your book will make it to Amazon and all the other places a lot quicker if you can send me a file that I can work with, instead of me having to, do all the typing. But I know there are some people that, don't have access to a computer, or, are just not that good with typing. So we work with that. But
it's interesting because the one project that I gave you that we did way back when, and I don't know who had that file at this point, because even before I started working with the other person, who I won't name, but she did not do that project. And so back in the day, even on the front cover, you'll see that there's some people who, so I don't know who they actually used. When I think about that, it was really nicely put together, but unfortunately we weren't as sophisticated back then. And
right.
So when I looked at that again, I thought, boy, this is really pretty good. So anyhow, yeah, that's something I wish we could have avoided, but at this point, I don't know what else we could do. Because when I originally came to you, I said maybe just do a cover, and we'll just do the have it printed, just in the pages and put that together. But
that's up to you if you want to go that route.
No, I'd rather go that route because it has to be done well. And as you said, you could do the copying of the pictures and all that. We'll see. Yeah, we'll look at it. Okay. But yeah, we'll look at it because I like the hardcover also. That's the one thing I really like from Amazon. The one book you did for me, and that one, I'm gonna circle back around to that book, by the way, because I want to talk about Ella Curry. I really think I can get more mileage out of that particular book, the one about African American stories.
You possibly could get out to a larger audience. If you talk to Ella and maybe get one of her promotional packages. Did you promote that one with using Queenie?
Yeah. She did. I would say a limited promotion. I mean, she had it on Facebook and that kind of thing, and just kind of showed the cover. It didn't have, and it said it's available. But I want to do something where I really talk about. I like to do more live things and start actually getting out there and selling it one-on-one, and actually talk about the power of storytelling, not just on the bigger stories, the Martin Luther King stories, but the local stories as well. People that we don't always know or even considered to be heroes, but they are, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of people doing a lot of stuff in your community whose stories need to be told. In
Right.
fact, maybe your story needs to be told, whoever you are, you know. And so that's what the purpose of that book was. I have, as you know, because you put it together, a mixture of stories that I wrote for the Black Wall Street newspaper at the time. But when I looked at the body of stories, I thought, boy, this is fascinating. You know, why not, you know, put together a collection?
Is that something, have you considered really kind of bringing that book and some of the stories to life during the Kwanzaa festival and really using that platform to market that book? Because I mean, I don't even remember when that project was finished, but you know, that's something you can maybe take advantage of, that that demographic who's going to visit that event.
Absolutely.
Because you know, that's the thing. You have to figure out who you're targeting and how to reach them. And that's something else that I, you know, when authors come to me and they talk about, because I don't do marketing. You know, I'm a publisher. I will help you get your book out there.
Right.
I can share some things with you that I've learned, but I'm not marketing. That's something that, you know, I mentioned the young lady that I published her book in the summer. You know, she had great, you know, she was in the rankings for the first week, and now she's not marketing, and I don't do that. So
and that's important.
it's very
I
important.
do use this platform, but I need to use it more judiciously. And also, I know that they say that if you really want to sell your book, you have to get out there in front of the public. People love to hear you read and talk about your works. I watched Kwame Alexander just take off.
Do you have those books in your car?
Yeah, I have books. I have many of them.
Everywhere you go.
Yep.
You go a lot of places. You should be carrying that book with you and talking to people about that book.
No, that's the truth. Yeah, that's the truth. Because people love the storytelling. In fact, even that Pat was just telling me that some of the people that she had in her trainings through the University of Pittsburgh, and I had in mine, you know, were the same. And the guy was saying to her, "Oh man, you just told these great stories, and we could listen to all that." And then another person came and said the same thing to me. And I remember thinking, "I'm just telling you stories that I know, you know." But that's the key. And now I've put that book together, and I need to be telling those stories and talking about them more. And you're right. And so
even on this platform,
absolutely.
I mean, you're talking about the book, but you're not showing the book. You're not reading anything from the book.
And actually I've done a little bit of that, but not enough. You're right.
But I really think you should think about, you know, how you could really incorporate that book and the stories in there. And you know, because you talk a lot about, like you said, these were some things that you wrote for Black Wall Street, but you talk a lot about different business people and community leaders in this area. And I think, you know, Kwanzaa, I mean, we're trying to draw, you know, as many people as possible, but if you're going to have people from the local community at that event, that is the place to really push and you know, not just have the book there, but demonstrate, read from it, talk about it, what inspired you to do it.
That's right.
That type of thing. Because it's a beautiful, I mean, I'm not saying it because I designed the cover, but it is a beautiful book. It really is.
It really is.
The cover is just amazing. And when you open the book and you start to read the stories, I mean, it's just inspiring. So
yeah, it really truly is. And got to do more with it. I was thinking about that all this week, and I thought, okay, Nate, stop, you know, let's get up off of it. But you know, the other thing is, oh boy, just slipped my mind just that quick. Oh, Danny Fordham, when he did that movie, I mean, think about it. He was just talking about a slice of Harrisburg that some of us remember because we lived through it, but we didn't know all the backstories and all that kind of stuff. So when he had that movie over at the Regal Theater, that place was jam-packed, standing room only. And he has another one coming out now about a gentleman who, you know, and I'm like, yeah, he touched on a nerve because people want to hear those stories and they remember, you know. And he had people come from as far away as Chicago and other places who were featured in that movie for like maybe 2 minutes, you know what I mean? But they said, hey, we heard about it, we're coming. And they showed up and had a premiere. That was great. It really was. So yeah,
that was good. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, pride in Harrisburg. There's a lot of great, talented people here, that have come through here, that have made impacts on the city. And I don't know. I mean, we need to celebrate. We need to figure out a way to celebrate them more. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of times it's people view it as competition. It's really not.
It's not.
Each poet, each author, each person has a different view. I saw a quote recently. It talked about how a flower doesn't concern itself with the flowers next to them and how they're growing and how tall they are or how bright they are. It just grows. And we as artists need to kind of have that same mindset. Absolutely. And not really, concern yourself with, everything that I write isn't going to be for everybody. I know that. So I've never had a problem with, promoting other authors. That's actually something that way back in the early, 2000s, when I first started writing, we did. There's a group of authors and we would cross promote each other on our Facebook pages and on our Instagram pages, whatever. And you see a little bit of that these days, but not enough.
But but there's a lot out there, and I will tell you, the word shop. We started this thing in '77, and people used to say to me all the time, "Well, you don't read your stuff enough." I said, "Well, I didn't create it just for myself. If I created it just for myself, I wouldn't have created an organization called the Word Shop. I just been doing my thing." But this is what it's all about. I mean, and I ask nobody for a dime, to do this program. We just do it because that's what it's all about. And anybody can come on. Anybody who really wants to talk about their works can come on. So that's what it's about. And when people create platforms like this, like Queenie Clem and Ella Curry and others, take advantage of those platforms, because that's what it does. It allows you to understand that you're not alone and that there are others out there that you can celebrate. And that's what it's all about. It really is about celebration. And so that's why I hope people come out to Kwanzaa, because we're going to have a number of authors there. At least we're going to attempt to. And hopefully they'll come and take advantage of the space. And we'll get in the microphone and say, hey, tell us who you are. Tell us about your works, And I always want to lift up Jonathan Queen. I see that he's just doing tremendous stuff down in where is he at? He's in Maryland. He's in
Maryland, yeah.
Yeah, and he has a church that's just, he's doing it. But I'll never forget, he brought me the Exodus group, and there was 15 African-American men who had been incarcerated for a significant amount of time, and they all wrote books. And the most famous of those books was Being Obama. And, but all those guys did very well, including Jonathan. He wrote a book called Are You Sane? Which stood for setting a new example. But just to see all those guys show up together and then to sell their books together and just have, at the State Museum, that was powerful, very powerful. So, there are ways to get that done and still being done. Kwame is out there, really doing his thing, but he's making platforms for other people. Floyd Stokes. Floyd has helped a lot of different authors to, do some things. And he certainly is an author himself. So, folks, we will encourage collaboration, as Terry is saying. It's not about competition. This is about, appreciating your body of work, appreciating others, and everybody growing together, just growing.
Yeah. And listen, while I'm thinking about it, do you have or know of any illustrators? I have had a few people contact me who are interested in doing children's books. I've never published a children's book before, but I'm not afraid of something new. But the one young lady in particular, she was looking for an illustrator, and I know of one person that I just worked with Donna's book on, but I didn't work with her directly. But I don't know if you knew of any illustrators.
We had a number of illustrators actually come on this show before, thanks to Queenie Clem. So she would be a good source of connecting us to some illustrators. In fact, some of them contacted me, and I was going to do my second, children's book and all that. So I didn't follow through, but they showed me some of the works that were very good. So I know she's the source. The person who did my first one, who was come on now, Marquis Polite, and Marquis is I'm in touch with her. Hey, there's Zell. And so there's some illustrators around. Floyd Stokes has a number of illustrators he uses. The other person is Joe Summers. Joe has a guy over there where he is who is
his illustrator is is a young person who's in school, so.
But he's really good though.
No, I know he's good, but he doesn't have time.
Yeah, but he said that there's some others over there though. You know
Mhm.
that. Yeah. But also that's another thing. There's some people like at SciTech who are just waiting to be discovered. There's some really good people out there who don't see themselves as illustrators. They see themselves as just someone who likes to draw or whatever. But
Mhm.
but that's how it starts. And so
Right.
I would not sleep on I wouldn't say the high school, just the high school. I'm talking about the university. The university side, Harrisburg University of Science and Technology has some outstanding persons down there who I bet you would be love to get an opportunity to try to illustrate, a book or whatever, because some of them are just
Okay.
so good, Right, there's a guy here who does anime, and I remember how good his stuff was, and he did some posters for me. And he's right here in Harrisburg still, and so he's doing a lot of work. But yeah, I could find out that Queenie would be a good source to talk to, and
Okay. Yeah, I can certainly follow up with her.
I have a book also. I'm gonna show it to you because it's about African American poets, writers, publishers, and all that. And this sister has been doing this for a long time. She scaled it down some now. The last time I bought it was a little bit thinner, and she didn't have as many in there, but she decided to streamline it some. I guess just for cost. But in the past, she had everybody in there. Oh my goodness, she's really good. So yeah, I'll show you that book. Let me say hello to the Zill Powder. The Zill, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, good. You see Terry Martinez there. I don't know if did you meet Terry when you were here?
No.
Okay, Terry, you didn't meet Lazille? Yeah, Lazille,
No. Hello, nice to meet you.
I'm here.
Lazille's a outstanding poet and also a painter. She came down, and Pat and I both bought paintings from her, and she said she's going to come down again for Kwanzaa. I'm like, what?
Awesome.
That's good stuff. Yeah. And she's also a very good poet. And by the way, Lazille is originally from Lazille,
Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, indeed. And now she lives in New York City, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, New York City. Yeah. So we're always glad to have you on. And she always comes on around this time, and we appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Hey, let's do this here before Lazille comes in. Let's have Brother Chris, because he always does a great job of bringing in these, poets in terms of the video, and I don't want him to do all that work and then not use it. So here's the first one for the night.
All right, Mr. Nate, I'm going to drop off.
Thank you. Okay,
All
thanks
right.
for coming on. All right.
Yeah.
Kwanzaa was created as a non-heroic, non-religious holiday that not only pays tribute to rich culture of African Americans, but also provides a set of African values for one to live by for a productive and purposeful life. Kwanzaa's fifth principle, Nia, or purpose, encourages us all to look within and to set beneficial goals. On the fifth day of Kwanzaa, the principle Nia urges us to make our collective vocation the building and developing of community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. It is a call to greatness based in a historical understanding of ourselves, our needs, and our aspirations, and our obligation to place our knowledge, resources, and efforts in the service of our people, humanity, and well-being of the world.
Fantastic.
Defining Nia. I am Nia. Nguzu Saba is the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, a collective of words stated in Kiswahili. What does it all mean, you say? I say day 1 is all about unity. Day 2, self-determination. 3, collective works and responsibility. 4, focusing on cooperative economics. Yes, we need them all, especially during a pandemic, all, including 6 and 7. But today, we're focusing on day 5, defining your Nia. We're taking it all in. Say Ashe. I say I am Nia. I'm defining my Nia. I'm writing out a plan, purposeful, being intentional about every step. As we step and prepare to step into our creativity, allowing faith to be our compass, we, sisters of DST, faithfully say to thee, know that today is essential. So begin to define what it takes to make our collective vocation the building of our developing of our community in 2021. In order to restore our people to our traditional greatness, we must know that it is our legacy. I am Nia. Breathe that in. So as we prepare for day 6, realize that day 5 is just as essential as it gets, because to thrive, it is our purpose that drives us to define the 7 principles. So sit with it, get in good trouble with it, reflect on it, and see yourselves collectively walking hand in hand with it as we stand walking in our purpose, as we define our Nia.
Powerful. I like that. Yeah, good stuff. I talked to you, Brother Chris. We had a request, we being the Writers Workshop, from it's Penn State, the medical center actually. And so down in Hershey. And they're going to do a program where they're featuring all the various holidays that, revolve around this time of the year. And they want Kwanzaa to be included in that. And so they're going to have a display, and they contacted me to see if I, had materials or whatever. And I would love to be able to show those videos like that. And so we'll talk, see if we may put that on the flash drive so that they can have it running as a loop, the 7 days and the poetry associated with it. So anyhow, we'll talk about that. Lizelle, so good to see you. What's going on?
Nothing much. I just excited to come on the night. Looking forward to that.
All right. I'm looking forward to it as well. Fantastic.
Well, that's the only thing not going on here is Black Friday sale. That's all you're hearing. As you turn on the news, that's all you're hearing, Black Friday sale.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, people just go crazy over those things. And, I noticed my daughter, I have to take her to work in the morning there. And so we get out early. And I noticed the roads were kind of, a little bit busier at that time of morning than they normally are. Down the, general traffic inside the city, whatever, was hollering up. But out on the highway, people were either on their way home or they were going to those malls. They were trying to find those Black Friday sales. And believe me, they open up like 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning and all that kind of stuff. Woo! No way. I'm not getting out there. I don't have no Black Friday money, first off. But God bless them for just get out there and enjoy yourself, whatever you like to do. So anyhow, I'm so excited also that you're, willing to come down and be a part of our Kwanzaa. We make sure that we that people know that you're coming and that, you have your paintings and then, whatever. So this would be great. And if you have some poetry you'd like to do that day, we can make that happen as well. We had a microphone set up, and we had on Edward Daniels. He's a good brother who, I don't think you met Edward when you were here. But anyhow, he's a very good poet. He rhymes a lot in the historical context. Even he does a lot of historical stuff. But he has a rhyming scheme that's really pretty infectious. So he's going to be presenting that day, and so we hope that you will as well. And we're trying to get all the local poets and people who are coming from out of town to, grace us with a couple poems. So we'll see. So anyhow, well, I hope you have something for us tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So do you celebrate in Trinidad, do they celebrate traditional Christmas?
Yeah.
How about Kwanzaa?
No.
Okay. You never saw it there at all, huh?
No, I never see it there. I don't know if they have it, but it's only Christmas. That is the only thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wonder how that would fly if people actually wanted to try to introduce Kwanzaa to Trinidad. And how the people
how would they respond? I don't know. It's something that should be something nice.
Yeah.
That should be something nice because they come. I want like sometimes okay, Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. We don't normally celebrate that, but now I'm hearing that they are having it too.
Okay.
Even with Halloween, they are having it too. With Black Friday, I heard they are having it too. So I'm like, wow. Why not? If Kwanzaa is here, they most likely they will have it too.
Absolutely. But it's so funny. I do a class with Janine, Bible Institute that was created by Brother Joe Summers. He's from Harrisburg here. At least he lived here for a long time. He's not from here, but he lived here. And now he lives in China. He's been there for a good, 15, 16 years now. And he's created some wonderful institutions. So, I teach a couple classes for him. And so, Thursday, yesterday, we were talking about, I do a class Thursday mornings. And I said, well, obviously, we're not going to do it this Thursday he said, well, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in China. And I said, oh, that's right. And then, most of the students are from Africa. And so a lot of them, though, are studying in China, medicine or whatever. And so he said, no, he said, generally people that, are in class, they don't celebrate from where they are. And so I said, well, let's go and do it then. So we actually had class and we do it 8 o'clock in the morning to about, 9:30 or so. And so 10 o'clock. And so anyhow, and I thought, boy, you tend to forget that the rest of the world doesn't see everything or celebrate everything the way we do, because it's just different, so that's a good reminder. But
because there are some like stores that operate that these Chinese operate and they are open on Thanksgiving. They don't celebrate it,
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, even stores here in our area, back in the day when I was growing up, I remember everything was closed and it shut down. You didn't have Sundays, you didn't have a lot of stores open, and then especially on Christmas and stuff like that, you were hard pressed to find anything's open. Now you found a lot of things that are open. A lot of things closed down, but you still find people that are like, hey, I'm still making that money.
Yeah.
So give us something tonight. You want to read a piece now?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Go on and set it up for us and tell us what it's all about.
Well, this actually happened tonight. I was in the elevator coming up and the word elevator struck my mind. And the words just started flowing. So I just came upstairs and I just started writing.
Wow.
I just not too long finished it before I came up.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. So it's called Elevator.
Okay.
And this is how it goes. Up and down. It goes up and down. Then it stops when you reach your destination. But at times it stops in the middle, where insecurity steps in and lack of faith. Not sure where to go, left or right. But that's life. It goes up and down, and sometimes it stops. When you rise and you sit up and move up, determination to make your mark, to stretch, to reach, to get there, with obstacles that laugh in your face. The knobs being pressed in the elevator is the same knobs that people press in life. They press it hard to see your limits, to see how far they can carry you, to see how hard they can push you. Sometimes they break you. But you know that. Sometimes that push makes you fall to the ground. But do you stay down? Which is the lowest level, filled with destruction and damnation, filled with lost hopes and dreams, with sadness. Even death calls your name. Did the dream die? Frustrations and sadness knock at your door until you get back up, until you learn to swim, until you learn to climb, until you learn to reach forward and push towards that high calling. Try for up this time and stay up. Don't get stuck in the middle.
Okay. I thought you were done and you had another piece there. That's wonderful. I really like the fact that over the last year in particular, you have really become an orator. You really emphasize your works and it's well done. And I really hope that one day you'll consider, like I said, doing a recording of your works because your voice is very powerful, the way you read it. So keep that up. That's good stuff. Yeah.
And I started the podcast, the Spotify thing. I started putting them on there, it's good. I'm getting people listening,
Yeah,
So,
I got to go back to that. I did one Spotify one time and I haven't looked at it since. But that's a good idea. That's great. Yeah, I got to go back.
Yeah, I started doing that. And I wanna, like one of my friends was telling me, why not put them out on YouTube? Like have like the different pictures and stuff while I recite the poem and the different pictures showing it, you know.
You ever
So
thought about having a broadcast like on this station and having a weekly show like I do, you know, and talk about your works?
yeah, I could do that. I could,
Well, you know, talk to
nervous.
Brother Chris Thomas. Let me have you come on there for a second if you got a minute there, my brother.
Sure. Well, we've talked. We've actually talked, and she actually shared her the podcast that she was just talking about as well.
Okay.
Congratulations on
Thank
that stepping out on faith. So I think that's a step towards where you would like to go as well. So congratulations. And whenever you're ready to talk, please let us know.
All right, all right.
Yeah,
Good
I'm
stuff.
ready. I'm
How do
ready.
you-
I'm ready. Just tell me when you're all ready, and I'm.
Okay. You heard that, Brother Chris? She says she's ready.
I'm ready. When, you know, like if it's not during the week, we're like on the weekends. I don't know how the schedule will be for you all on the weekends. So
Chris, you still there?
Yes, sir. I'll talk to her offline about it.
Good, good, good. Yeah, the kind of times you have open, that kind of stuff. By the way, Chris, do you still have time, slots open for anybody that might be interested, like an author or anybody that's interested in, you know, having their own personal show?
Sure. Yes, sir. A lot of our morning hours are available like before noon. Uh,
Oh,
the days that I'm there anyway. So we're looking at Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. And then early afternoon is open Saturday, say after noon or so for a few hours. So anytime Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday are normally
very
the best
good.
times as I'm off on Wednesday and Friday.
Okay, but you said early mornings, and what kind of times are you talking?
We're looking like 9:30 or 10 o'clock to noon. Anytime then, like a 10 to 10:30,
Okay.
10 to 11, 11 to 12, any of those time periods in between there.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Excellent. 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 Wonderful. That's good to know. You know, yeah, it's good to know. Okay, good stuff. Well, let's keep on going here, Sister Lizelle. I really like that piece, and you said you just finished that up. Eloquent.
yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. And what inspires you to write? Just moments like that. I mean, you know, you see something, you have an inspiration, and you just jump right on
Yeah.
it, huh?
I was one of my friends came to visit me, and I was just walking her out by her car because she lives in Georgia, but she came to New York just to see some relatives of hers that's not doing too well. And she passed by and say hi, so we chatted, and she was leaving to go. So while I'm coming back up in the elevator, I just hear the word elevator in my mind. I just heard it in my mind. And then I said, and from there the words started flowing. I just only hear elevator, and then I hear up and down, and it's like life, up and down. Then it stops in the middle or somewhere, like for you to get off, you know. So when I look at the stop in the elevator as you stop, you're stagnant. I look at it as being stagnant. You don't know where to go. If to go left or right, if to go up or down, you know, you're just stagnant. You're just right there. So, and then I look at the bottom, like when you're on the ground floor, it comes like you come to a stop in your life and you hit rock bottom. But do you stay at the bottom?
Yeah.
You know, or do you rise back up, go up with the elevator like the elevator goes back up? Do you?
Yes.
You know, so all these words were just flowing in my head while I was coming up the elevator, and I just say, okay, pen and paper, get it done right away.
Get it done. Get it done. Well, you know, so funny. I love the song by Donnie McClurkin, "We Fall Down, But We Get Up." And I always thought that was such a powerful song because all of us at some time or another have fallen down. You know, but, you know, those of us who are, you know, blessed to know God and to, you know, believe, you get back up. There's some people who they've fallen down and they've fallen down and they've fallen down and they decided, you know what, there's no getting back up, so they just stay down. And it's like, nope, that's not an option. But good stuff though. I like that. I like the way you process those things. And also like your explanation. When you write something, you tell us what inspired you to write it. I like that too. That's good. Yeah. So Brother Chris, can you give us another video? I know you pulled some up, and that first one was really good. Nia, Purpose.
Yeah.
Celebrating Kwanzaa. Good black men.
Said, this is for all of those who have been born and who are now dead. This is for my brothers. So all of my sisters, please help me right now by giving honor and patronage to our brothers. All the brothers, I need y'all to stand up right now. All the brothers, I need you to stand up right now. Good black men. You see, you surround me in my everyday. Although some would say that you're dead on drugs in jail and that the rest of you have gone the wrong way, I would submit that good black men are taking care of man biz, like social activism, and they take care of their kids. My sisters, I'm talking about good black men. Yeah. See, good black men aren't about the bling bling or being flashy. Their words uplift our spirit. When we hear it, we ain't gotta worry about them calling us an alphabet H or B or being trashy. See, with money and power, the good black man cannot be defined. He is an intellectual professional that always has the define on his mind. People have the nerve to conversate that the black man is a dog, but dogs have 4 legs, my brothers have 2. And once you meet one, you realize it ain't a puppy in the world can love you the way a good black man can love you.
All right.
Whether you are bald with locks, braids, or fades, see, you wear Armani suits while others wear Timbs. But the good black man knows it ain't the clothes that make the man, it's the strength deep down within. You have a clear vision, God's purpose you seek to obtain. Dream the impossible dream, my brother, that's your claim to fame. Dependable, strong, uplifting other brothers like only you can. See, you understand what it means to be a real good black man. See, good black men are not just named Obama, Jesse, or Sharpton, or Mandela, but they're David, Raheem, Eric, and all of these other hard-working fellas. You do not always get the accolades that you deserve for being true. So if no one else has told you, my beautiful brothers, know the poet Urban Light and these sisters, we love you. But today we thank you and thank God because of you we are protected. So I give honor to the black men and the magnitude of your worth, because we may never comprehend the awesome impact on our lives from your birth. Peace and blessings. Ashe.
All right. Sister broke that down. She was reading like you. That's that. I love when people, bring power to it. We had some young people down at the forum who did an excellent job. They wrote some really powerful stuff. Our theme was the good that I see in my community. But what was missing, and I'm so glad we didn't decide to do it based on just a presentation. The kids pretty much just got up and just kind of read their works. They didn't put any passion to it or any, whatever. One young lady thought she did because she was writing about something that was very, very personal about, her struggles. Her and her mother and everything, but just to write it, and the words are powerful, but you didn't read it with power, and that's something I hope we can teach our young people and anybody really who wants to present their work. You wrote that from a position of passion, perspective, insight. It really meant something to you, but then when you read it, it's sort of like, okay. So I hope that as those of you who were listening to that piece understood that she was invested in it, as was Lizelle when she wrote her piece and read it today about just the elevator. I mean, you have to put some passion into it. So need some power, power and passion into your works, because, you want people to hear it and feel it the way you wrote it. Am I right, Lizelle? Yeah, absolutely. And that was a good piece about black men. There's a sister saying something good about black men. I like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Normally get the negative impact of black men.
Yeah. Because there's a whole bunch of, like you said, negativity. I remember being down in Philadelphia. I talked about this before, and one sister had a book out about preachers, and she was just deaf on preachers. Boy, they had done this and done that. And this one sister challenged her. She said, "Now wait a minute. Well, how many times does it take you to, because you were right there too. You didn't have no responsibility for any of that, and all this kind of stuff. And they got to going back and forth a little bit, but it was powerful anyhow. So it is what it is. Everybody has a right to say what they need to say. It's just was a freedom of speech and perspective, so it's all good. Yeah. So good stuff. So anyhow, again, don't forget, folks, coming up on December the 9th, we will have our annual Kwanzaa festival, and we hope that the whole community will turn out and celebrate Kwanzaa, but also celebrate, our entrepreneurs that will be there in the form of vendors, and also our artists that will be there in the form of poets and visual artists and the dancers and, all those people, the fashion show, all of that. They work hard at this stuff, and so we hope that you'll come out and celebrate with them. It's free, so bring your whole family out. And don't forget too that you want to sign up for the Toys for Tots. We got to give you there's a flyer and a thing out there. If you need to find it, you can go on Facebook to Nicole Wilkerson. Also, you can go to Facebook to Nicole is Making It Happen. That's the name of her organization. Nicole is Making It Happen. And you can find the link to how you can sign up for the Toys for Tots. Okay? It's very, very important that you do so, because we will put your name in. And then when you come in that day, your name and the children's names will be listed so that we can easily hand you your, your bag or your gifts. And, the kids will have themselves a very Merry Christmas. All right. So that's how that works. So anyhow, let's get another piece from Lazelle Powder, if you can. You have another piece you want to read?
Yeah. Okay, this one is called Chocolate Bars. Smooth like caramel, well balanced to perfection. Chocolate bars that's firm and strong. That is sweet to taste, not to waste. Our strength, our character, aligned to who we are. With voices raised, hands raised. Hallelujah, we give praise. We walk with strides as our hips shake side to side. As our melanin moves in motion, our steps are synchronized. Because we are rooted and grounded, rooted in culture that our ancestors left, trademarks for us to follow, that traveled through generations of time, place, and season. Chocolate bars that shines when the sun glistens on our skin, when the sun bursts its flavors, its rays on us, we shine. We overcome. We stand. We are the chocolate bars of society. We are not meant to be broken, but we stand strong in unity.
Yes, nice. Chocolate bars.
I know, well, I wrote it out, but I didn't get a chance to.
That's okay. At least you wrote it out.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. And, and it's amazing how it's just a matter of using imagination, using observation, experiences. There are many different ways to create a piece, whether it be a poem or, an article or whatever. There's so many different ways. And so using your senses, right? Using your experiences, like, from the elevator to the taste of a chocolate bar to, whatever can inspire you, right? To write. And so,
that chocolate bar came from, looking at those chocolate bars, those Hershey chocolate bars. And I said, you know what? We are like chocolate bars. We women, so I compared us to the chocolate bar.
Yeah, but that was inspiration to, and no question. Yeah, you in making that comparison, how about that? Yeah, how about that? But that's the creative side, and also, the inspiration was the actual chocolate bar. And I like that, the whole notion of women being like chocolate bars. That's pretty powerful, very powerful. So at this time of year in Trinidad and Tobago, what are the things going on? What's happening there? Do they have festivals that we don't know about? Because I remember going online once and seeing something. Actually, it was on one of those stations you get on. What is it called? The Fire Stick or whatever. And it was all about Trinidad. I was like, oh, okay. And I'm looking at the movies and the different shows that they have and everything else. So tell us what's going on in late November, early December of
well, now it's Christmas there, so mostly everybody is like, well, we start in Trinidad, there's a tradition, we start cleaning the house at around September.
Okay.
So it's like you're really cleaning, you're taking down the cobwebs and all these different things, and you polish the chairs, you do all of that, and you cover them up. You buy new vinyl carpet, you put up curtains. Some people like to prepare their houses early for Christmas. Some people like the late part of it. They like to do everything last minute and stuff. Some people do all their baking, bake bread, bake cakes, and the sweet bread, and they make their drinks, their ginger beer and everything early. Wow. So now it's like preparation time for some, and some people already done most of everything already. All they have to do now is go in the grocery and buy the food. So it around in like the week before Christmas, they will, or maybe Christmas Eve, they buy their food, and that money that you get, you have to let that stretch till January, till about the middle or close to the end of January. So when you buy your food stuff, you buy for January also one time. You know, so you buy everything in bulk so that it can stretch over, because once you're done with Christmas, that's it. Money is done. So you make sure and get everything that you need, because you're not going to get paid until the end of January. So but now it's just like getting things ready, shopping, getting things together for Christmas. That's what's going on.
Yeah. So Christmas is really big in Trinidad as well, then, huh?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And you go, it have something called parang. Parang is Spanish, like Spanish music. So I used to play in a band, a parang band. I played the tok-tok, and I would play the clapper. And when you sing Spanish songs and you dance, you sway and stuff like that. So it's a whole lot of entertainment around this time. A lot of Christmas parang party. We call it soca parang. So it's very entertaining.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
A lot of tourists this time of year in Trinidad?
Yeah, they come. Yeah, they do come in the cruise boats and stuff. Yeah. But they always send out advisory for them to be in groups, don't be by yourself and stuff.
Yeah, because there's a lot of crime there.
A lot, especially with the young black men. Young, when I say young, like early 20s, they are just getting shut down, for no reason. It's either tough because they don't want this. Like if you live in a certain area, you can't go in that area, the next area. So it's like a turf control. That's what is going on right now,
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember once we were down in where were we? Just that quick. Let me think. Well, anyhow, we were in one of the islands, and so we were a group of Black journalists, and we wanted to kind of explore the island and everything. Which island was that? But anyhow, so we had this bright idea of going out late. It must have been like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we were going to go to find a nice restaurant. The guy said, well, I can take you to an authentic place. And, he takes us way down into the community in this neighborhood that didn't look safe on any standard. And here we are, 5 or 6 of us get out to, and we're walking around and people looking at it. You can see them and you can see the young boys, checking us out mightily. So we go to this restaurant, we're sitting to eat and everything. So we see a lot of them come in. And then, like I said, they're just checking us out. And then we really looked at each other and said, we hope to get out of here, get out of here live. And then we were walking back down through, and a couple of people made a couple of comments, and then there was this, like we call it gypsy cab, sort of there waiting. And we were like, well, this dude's going to take us back now. Don't set us up, to be robbed our stuff. So we had to, we had to trust, and we, everything worked out okay. But we looked at each other and said, that was kind of dangerous. We didn't know we were going in. Then that guy who dropped us off there, it was like, did he do us any favors? Or was that like a setup? And we kind of walked hard, like, we weren't afraid or anything like that, but we were all thinking the same thing. So yeah, you have to be careful. And I know on those cruise ships, they actually tell you, how to behave and what not to do and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because so, but yeah, that's life.
There was one on the news. Well, it wasn't really a cruise ship, like they cannot really come in to the harbor, so they have these boats going out to, I don't know if you saw it, it was on the news where this boat turned over, it was leaning to the side.
Oh wow.
It was too many people on the boat. And people were falling off all into the sea and bawling and crying. So they had to give them like jackets. It was really horrible. This happened last week, I think.
Last week. Okay, no, I didn't hear about that. Yeah. It's just like
I think it was in the Bahamas. In the Bahamas.
in the Bahamas. Okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah. So, that's the other thing, being able to travel and to experience other parts of the world. Can really inspire your writing as well. It's one thing to read about it, it's another thing to actually see it, be a part of it, see the people and understand the culture. That's something else. Have you, if you had a chance to travel now and go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
By you all.
Where's that?
Harrisburg. Because there is so much, there is so many things taking place there. I said, I will definitely come there because that is like the life and the heart of everything, of all the arts and poems, and that's where I will go.
I appreciate you. Thank you. We're like, hey, listen, we're gonna go here, go there, this, but and I have to give it to people of Harrisburg, just like with this station here. We do have some pretty unique people doing some really pretty unique things, and you always think that the bigger cities has more, and in some ways they do, but then if you're not connected to those things, you don't know how to get to those things, So here, we do. We've been pretty blessed to have some pretty rich culture, and people are coming in from all over too. We're only 2 hours out of Philadelphia, 3 to 4 hours out of Pittsburgh. New York's only like 3 hours or so away. Baltimore is only an hour and a half away. DC 2 hours. It's amazing to be in the hub like this, and then have people coming from those areas to relocate here and bring the art, bring their passions. The entrepreneurship. So it's all good stuff. It's really all good stuff. But that's funny. You come to Harrisburg. Well, we're glad you're coming. We'd love to have you. We enjoyed having you the last time you were here. That was great. It was really good. Yeah, so folks, don't sleep on Harrisburg now. There's a lot going on. And there is a lot going on. There's a lot of different organizations that are making some things happen. I can't get to everything, because you just can't. But there's a wonderful play coming up next week, by the way. We have tickets already. I know it's going to be on a Friday night, which we're not going then, but we are going next Saturday. And it's a church over in Camp Hill, I believe. I don't have it all in front of me, but it is being sponsored by Sankofa African American Theater with the wonderful Sharia Ben and company, and it's called Black Nativity by Langston Hughes. And my son saw it last year. He said it was off the chart. It's really, really good. And so I made up my mind. I said I would definitely. I don't know how we slept it last year, so we're going to that. And I already have our tickets and ready to roll. And then what else is coming up? There's a couple other things too. A lot of other things coming up. Kama, I think is. Oh, that's right. Reggie Hayward and Dr. Felicia Brown Hayward, they put on this wonderful Curtain Calls ministry, and they do a play every year that has, spiritual gospel overtones, and they will be putting on a play next Friday evening, and it may be Friday and Saturday, but I know next Friday evening, my wife and my daughter Terry, who was on tonight, they'll be going to the play, they always do a wonderful job. and it's usually their various church members from around the area, and they can sing, they can dance, and they always put on a dynamic ministry, a show that reminds you who God is and what we're called to do in relationship to God. So, and the reason for the season of Christmas. So that's always good. And I'll try to get some information. At least I know you can look that up on, just go to Curtain Call Ministries online, or go to Dr. Felicia Brown Hayward, and you can find information there. Yeah, you can easily find information about that wonderful play coming up. Okay. So what else? But anyhow, those are some of the things. And I know the city has some things going on, and there's a number of things going on. In fact, on December the 17th, there's a couple other things happening. And one is when we have our Kwanzaa, December the 9th, there's a program, some kind of big thing down at the, I think it's not, what is it? Italian Lake, I think it is, which is that beautiful lake in Uptown Harrisburg, and not far from, the Camp Curtin Academy, which is really kind of like 2 or 3 blocks up, And so people will have an opportunity to go to the Sankofa to the Italian Lake piece, and then come on over to Kwanzaa and vice versa. So, take advantage of those, okay? And we're hoping that the weather will cooperate for the people that will be outside with that particular piece, because their event is an outside event. Ours is indoors, thank God. So, we will have a good time. Again, Lazille, thank you so much for coming on. As always, be blessed, and continue to write and continue to paint, because we need beautiful art and wonderful poetry in our lives, and you certainly bring that. So God bless you. And Brother Chris, thank you so much for doing what you do. How much more time do we have? I think we're just about out of time, and I don't like to go over. Yeah, we got there. We're out of time. So thank you so much, Brother Chris. And for everyone who watched this program, those of you who support the Writers Workshop in any way, shape, or form, thank you so much. And we hope that you have yourself a blessed day. See you all next week, if God willing. Okay. Good night.
Night.